Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another device Shazwan. Today we'll be looking at contextual clues, which will be very helpful in your journey to develop your reading comprehension. So we'll be looking at what is the concept of contextual clues, how to use it, and then what elements are involved in contextual clues. So without further ado, let's look at it. So, contextual clues help you to guess the meanings of unfamiliar words. So, whenever you are reading a particular text or sentence or passages, sometimes you might find words that you don't understand the meaning of it. But there are certain words that will show you the clues or the information that you might need to understand the unfamiliar words. So that is the concept of contextual clues. So the clues can appear in a few ways: before, after, or within the words, phrases, or expressions. So whenever you don't understand a particular word, sometimes it is explained before, after, or within the words, phrases, or expressions. So do remember that. So there are several types of contextual clues. So we will be looking at all of them so that you will be able to understand the differences between them as well as how to use them. Okay. So we have definition, explanation clues, and then we have synonyms or restatement clues, antonym or contrast clues, example clues, experience clues, cause and effect clues, affixes clues, and inference clues. So let's look at them. Definition or explanation clues. The definition or explanation of the unknown word appears in the sentence that precedes it. Okay, so that's generally this is a clue signaled by the phrase "that is" and punctuation such as the comma, dash, as well as the parenthesis. So, for example, here, various theories or ideas were suggested about how the murder had happened. So, theories, maybe you don't understand the word theories. So, look at after the word here, or ideas. Okay, meaning ideas refers to the word theories. So, when you read theories or ideas, oh, you understand. Okay, this word have the same meaning as ideas or almost similar meaning to ideas. So that is the contextual clues there. Okay, so there are several others that you can learn. You can try to look at the definition or explanation clues. So whenever you see that sentence, for example, a word, and then that is, then they give you definition. So that is the definition clues. So the definition is referring to the word. Okay, the meaning of the word. That is how they use definition or explanation clues. Theories is the same meaning as ideas or similar meaning to ideas. So this is how you use it to explain a particular word. You use another word to explain one other particular word. Then we have synonym or restatement clues. Okay, other words with similar meanings are used in the sentence. Okay, for example here, the slender woman is very thin that her clothes look a few sizes bigger on her. So this here is the underlined word is slender. Maybe you don't understand the meaning of slender. You don't know, you haven't met any word that use the word slender. But there is a synonym there after that. Okay, so you look at it, slender equals to thin. So the word slender have the same meaning as very thin or thin. So whenever you read slender, okay, you understand this is thin, and then thin is referring to slender. So that is how you use synonym to refer to the words. Okay, and then this is another way around, antonym or contrast clues. So a word or group of words that carries the opposite meaning of the unknown word is given in the sentence. For last time, it is synonyms which have the same meaning. This is the different or opposite meaning to between the words. Okay, generally this clue is signaled by the use of even though, whereas, unlike, and opposed to. So those are negatives. So it means that the other words is opposite of the other. The unknown words is opposite of the clue that was given. Okay. So the flight example, the flight departure time from Kuala Lumpur is 9:40 a.m. whereas its arrival time in Alostar is 10:40 a.m. So you see there? So they put in departure as the unknown word. Maybe you don't understand the word departure. Okay. But the clue here is that there's given here. You look for the signal there. So they have the signal whereas. So whereas its arrival. Arrival is the opposite for departure. Okay. Departure means leaving. So the opposite of leaving is arriving. So arrival is the opposite clue or contrast clue for departure. Okay. So that is how they use antonyms to show the meaning of the unknown words. Okay. Then example clues. Examples are provided to define the unknown words. For example here, foods which are nutritious, for instance, fruits and vegetables help human growth. Okay, so foods which are nutritious, they give the example here. For instance, fruits and vegetables. So they give example to explain nutritious. See? Okay, nutritious equals to healthy. So fruits and vegetables, you know and you understand, they are healthy, so they are considered nutritious. So that is example clues. What about experience clues? How people or things act in a given situation can be related to the reader's own experience. This knowledge provides clues to the meaning of the unknown word. For example, Nandini prefers solitude as she lives alone in an isolated cabin on a small island without any telephone connection. So, experience clues here. So, the unknown word is solitude. Solitude is being alone. Okay, so see, she lives alone in an isolated cabin. Isolated means there's no contact with other people. It is on its own, on a small island without any telephone connection. Means that she likes to be alone. So solitude is, they have the meaning here is being alone. So Nandini experienced it herself. They explain about the experience. So that is called experience clues. Cause and effects clues. The reason for or the result of the unknown word is explained in the sentence. So the signals used here is that they use so, since, because, thus, and therefore. So they talk about the cause, then they use so for the effect. They use since for the effect. Because, effect. Thus, effect. Cause, so, effect. Okay. Cause, signal, effect. That is how they use. For example, she wanted to impress her dinner guests with the food she served, so she bought a culinary book and studied it for the whole week. Okay, the cause here is she wants to impress the dinner guests. Then she bought a culinary book. The culinary is unknown words. Okay, so the meaning of culinary is food preparation. Because why? If you see the sentence before, impress dinner guests. Then food she served. So you must know she is preparing some kind of food and she wants them to be impressed. How they do that? They use culinary art book or a recipe book. Okay, so that is how they explain cause and effect. And then affixes clues. Affixes such as prefix and suffix can provide direct clues to the meaning of the unknown word. Okay. Generally, this clue is signaled by the use of pre, re, un, in, this, and miss. Okay. For example, she had to rewrite the report due to many grammatical errors. Okay. So, affixes here. So they put prefix to the word write. So it becomes rewrite. So when we use the prefix re means repeat. So when you rewrite, so they need to write is writing. Okay, you are just doing some writing. When you put re, you have to repeat the writing. So the meaning to write again. So that is how they use prefixes to let you understand the meaning of the word or rewrite. So understand the word write. So and then you understand the prefix, the concept of re, which means to repeat. So that is why when you put rewrite, it means to write again. Okay. Prefixes and suffixes. So those are affixes clues. And then interference clues. Inference clues. So a conclusion reached based on reasoning and evidence. The meaning can be inferred based on the context given in the text. For example, nobody wants to be an underachiever. He will never get good grades, never secure a job, and never be successful. So the context is given behind. So they explain about never getting good grades, never secure a job, never be successful. Those are negatives. Means that you don't achieve anything. So that is the meaning of underachiever. You don't really achieve much. Okay, to achieve less than expected. So the rest of the sentences behind, they help to explain the word underachiever. So based on that, you infer, you try to guess the meaning of the word based on what they mentioned at the end. Okay, you reason, you use the reasoning. Why did they say like that? Those are negatives. Those are not even they're good. Okay, so the evidence have been given there. So underachiever means to achieve less success than expected. So that is inference clues. So those are the 8 contextual clues that you can use when you are reading. So understand unknown words. Okay. So this is very crucial for you to try to understand some of them, because this will be very helpful, because you will be reading a lot of materials which might have unknown words to you. So try to understand the concept of contextual clues, which will be very helpful in your preparation to develop your reading comprehension. Okay, so on this slide, there is an example for you to use, for you to do an activity which they ask you. There are 3 words you might not know. Okay, so you need to use the available types of contextual clues to give the answers for this, to try understand the meaning for the words underlined. Okay, if that's it, then you try to share it with your friends, so to check with your lecturer, so that you will be able to see how much you understand the concept of contextual clues. So thank you very much for listening to me. This is the end of the lesson. I hope you understand. I will provide you with more materials for you to understand about contextual clues in the link in the description below. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Shazwan, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.